Hello. Do we have audio? Am I loud? How am I sounding through? You tell me through. How am I sounding? I'm on it. Molto bene. Oh yeah, sorry. You have Ivy down here. Oh, cause yeah, it's Italian. Brilliant. Right. Woo! Hello. How are we? How is everybody? Did anybody? Nobody did any redeems. Assholes. Do I have a first? I don't know. Do I have a first? There we go. Thank you, Fru. At least someone did it. Oh, there's ads. Well, Spenny's one way of getting around that, mate. I run ads at the start. I think. I don't know. You know what? I haven't a Scooby. Fru does those things for me. Hello everybody. How are we? Oh, Lexi's stuck in an ad, right? So we'll just let this run. Oh, look how bright I am. It doesn't matter. Not to worry. How is everybody? I have to sleep. It's fucking. It's 3:30. Where's my watch actually? Here, put you back on. Okay. How is everybody? How is everybody? How is your Saturday? How are things going? Any crack? Anything you want to talk about before we get going? It is thumping rain here, so I am just fucking miserable. All I can hear is rain. The dog's asleep on the ground there because he's cold. I'm here doing this thing, which is very bright. Hold on. Touch it now. Oop. Look at this one. What happens there? Is that better? It's slightly better. The lighting. Oh, what the fuck was that? Oh, it's a hydrate. I don't think I have anything to drink. Do I? Water. I'll use some water. Delicious. So, good question, Fruhara. What am I cooking? So, I'm gonna do. Hello, it's John. Today I'm going to do a traditional Bolognese. Hello, Echoes. How are you, mate? I'm going to do a traditional Bolognese. So this is everything you need to make it. It's a slight variation because there's certain steps you're allowed to take. There is, if anyone is interested, there is an official Bolognese recipe, which is which everything I have here is an allowed variation of it. So if any Italians come in here and attack me, everything I'm doing here has been approved and stamped by the official Bolognese recipe of Bologna. So, right. The only variation which I sometimes would do is I would put wine in this. Now, I've no wine here today because someone who's eating it doesn't drink. So, I've no wine in here. So, what goes into a traditional Bolognese is what you're going to ask me, right? So, first off, the protein, the meat. I have two minces here. I have pork mince here. I have beef mince here. Pork gives the flavor and the fattiness, and the beef gives the flavor and the texture, because pork tends to melt a bit. Oh my God, Fru, moderator, 6 months, congratulations. You've worked so hard in those last 6 months as well. So we've our two meats here. We have our, what's going to be called our sofrito, which is 1 onion, 2 sticks of celery, and 1 carrot. We have some pancetta, which we're going to start off with. Hello, Milky, welcome in. We have some chicken stock. We have some tomato puree. And I have a little bit of rich beef stock. I'm going to put this in a little bit of a replacement for the wine that we're not using. So, which are you tasting? I will just double dive into these acts if you really want me to. Just boom, boom, and you know. So, why is the green pepper there? That's just me being stubborn. That's just going to sit there for the whole stream. We're going to serve the bolognese with tagliatelle and topped with a little bit of Parmesan. Actually, no, this is pecorino. I got pecorino because I might want to make a carbonara tomorrow or the day after. So pecorino, Parmesan. It's going to sit there all day. This is just me having just a bit of pride for absolutely no reason. Welcome in, Lucy J. First time chat. Love that for you. Hello, Mel. So, yes. So, for the start, as I said, we've got our two meats, pork, beef. We've got our pancetta, which I'm going to start in the pan, just to release a bit of fat. Then with a bit of olive oil. And then we have our tomato puree, which I meant to weigh out, which I've forgotten. So I'm just going to free ball it. Now, apparently, in a traditional bolognese recipe, they don't generally use fresh tomatoes. They use either tinned. They sometimes use tinned, but it's mostly tomato puree. I did buy a little bit of passata in case I want to let it out later on. Now, this is going to be surprising for anyone who's ever made a spag bol before. It's not spag bol, first of all, it's tagliatelle, because the Italians will literally come in and gut me alive. This actually takes 2 to 3 hours, okay? It'll take me about 25 minutes to get it all set and ready and go. And then it'll sit in my little Dutch oven here. I have a little tripod here. I want to try and droid cam the shit out of this later. That's going to sit and just slowly simmer for an hour and a half to 2 hours. Now, I would usually do it for 3 hours, but I'm not having you sit here till 7 o'clock. While that's happening, this is a last minute decision. I'm going to make a tiramisu in between. So we're going to do a full tiramisu in between as well. Now, I haven't measured out the tiramisu yet, so we're just going to free ball the shit out of that as well. I have my recipe here, which I'm just going to read and do as time goes on. Oh, thanks, Lucy. That's lovely. I think you're streaming, but so first things first, you lads go away for a minute. I don't need the puree. I'm just putting all these in front so we can see what the main recipes are. I know I tend to shout with them over there, forgetting that the microphone's actually pinned to me. Right, so before I start, I'm gonna, what'll I go with first? We will go with celery first, actually. Right. So, I'm gonna get a knife. Do I have my sharpener? Now, I have no idea what this is gonna sound like on the stream. Tell me if it's really irritating, or if you can hear it. Oh yeah, that's spiking like crazy. Okay, yeah, maybe I won't do that. Probably not a good idea. Barely hear it. Okay, then we'll sharpen up. Okay, cool. So, stick of celery. Simple. See, I'm going to try and dice these really, really small. Hello, Lufa. Lufa. I can't call you Lufa. Lucy. Right, the two is. I call both these Lucy. You're just going to have to figure it out. I'm going to top and tail these. Just to kind of get rid of any impurities that these lads might have. I know I said last week to have a little tub next to you for your bin, but I literally, after peeling these three things, I won't have any more waste. Okay, so I'm going to cut these into strips along, just to make it a bit easier on myself. Actually, do you know what we're going to do for fun? I'm going to freak the shit out of you guys. So let's get because I love doing this with people. So, if you're cutting something, I said this last week, you want the knife resting against your knuckles. Can't really see that, but you want your 2 fingers here tucked in behind and a little curve under your knuckle of your hand there. So you're holding it like this. And the idea being is while you cut, it can't slip in. What most people do, and I wonder actually, do you know what we're going to try? We're going to try and set up the droid cam and see if we can get it working now. As a test for later. Fuck it. Let's go for it. And you guys are going to watch me cut something really fast, and I'm going to freak the shit out of a lot of you, because that's what's fun. Droid cam. Right, fine. Let's see if it works. No. Bollocks. Right, never mind. That didn't work, did it? Need help? Absolutely, mate. Oh, I don't have the Wi-Fi on, that's probably why. You know what? I probably should have done all this beforehand, but what do we know? We give it a shot. Other. Now, let's try this again. Okay, that's not going to work because I'm not on the Wi-Fi because I hard-coded this. Right, never mind. Forget about it. I'll just freak you out from afar. And we'll figure this out later. Not to worry. Right. So, go back to what we were doing. Hands down. Knuckle. 2 fingers tucked in behind. Why you say? Because if your hand is flat, most people hold something like this and they'll go. And what happens is you go boom, 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 and you come down onto your finger. That's how I've taken the top off this finger and the top off this finger. I still have a scar on this one from where I took it off with a knife. So, just for fun, I'm going to go slowly to start. So, you're sawing, you're sawing, you're sawing. The knife never leaves the cutting board. I'll go to the side. You're sawing. As you see, knife never leaves. Now, this is where I'm going to do a little bit of freak out with you guys. I'm going to stare directly down the camera and cut the rest of this. So, how's everyone's day going? I think my day's going fine. I hope you guys are really enjoying this cooking stream. I feel good. This is actually really fun. As I chop, as I chop, as I chop. And there you go. Nice diced celery. That was professional is right. See, Lucy, when you lose the top of your finger twice. Yes, Lucy Faye, you can absolutely request something. When you lose the top of your finger twice, you learn how to cut pretty quickly. You can go in there. I don't know what I'm going to use you for later. We'll figure it out. You do Gino to Campo for the next 3 minutes. I can't do a Gino like consistent impression. I can do like specific things he's done. So I can just think of that. You know, when they crashed the RV, him, Fred, and sorry, I should be saying this. I'm cutting this into batons here. I'm fucking losing my train of thought here. Putting this into batons, and then I'm gonna come across it like I was before. Put these into matchsticks or batons, if you're being really French. I can do this is a waste of time. We could have been having a coffee or a cocktail. Just leave it. You can just do shit like that. But that just came out really gay. So let's just move on with that. I'm gonna come across this and try and slice this as small as I can. I'm trying to get it into little cubes here for me to use. So roughly, I want the celery, the onion, and the carrot to be all the same size. Now they're going to break down over not 3 hours, but roughly I'm going to do this for about 90 minutes because I just don't think sitting here for 3 hours. I'd have to talk to you for about 2 hours down the camera, which I don't think I have enough material to cover for that. I'm not near entertaining enough to be doing that. Sausage light, straight again. Right, you guys talk amongst yourselves while I'm doing this. As much as I can stare down the camera, I don't want to cut my hand off. So, just to explain this while I'm going to go quick actually. Just to explain this as I'm going, this is called a sofrito. Now, I don't know, there's a few different names for it. I can't remember what the French name is off the top of my head. I think, what's the French name for it? Mirepoix, I think, which is green, white. It's a celery, onion, carrot. Right, if you're ever peeling an onion, now I'd use a smaller knife. Let's just get a smaller knife and do this right. I tend to top and tail it. I tend to pull my knife towards the onion, like so, and pull it away. I've taken the top off that, pulled it away. Do it from the other end. Pull your knife towards yourself as if you're peeling a potato. This knife is not sharp enough to be doing this, but we move on. And you pull one layer of skin off. Then you've topped your onion, you've tailed your onion, and then you just peel off the middle, like so. And you have peeled onion. Now, I know somebody's going to ask me, is there a secret to stopping yourself crying while cutting onions? The answer is no. There's one specific way of doing it, and that's to have a ridiculously sharp knife, because the kind of where the crying comes from is I'm gonna say the juice, weird onion juice, that comes out of this. Well, the vapor that goes into your eyes, and that's what gets you. So if you have a really sharp knife, you're not pushing the juice of the onion out. You're just cutting it and it stays dry. So if I'm dicing an onion I will come across it like this in little slits the whole way across, and then I will come across it like that. So let's just go. Probably should have set up that droid cam actually. Never even thought about it. I did have it working earlier, but I'm Ethernetted now, and it's not picking up my phone on the Wi-Fi anymore, which should, because we're on the same network, but not to worry. We move on. So I'm just going to dice this, not crazy fine. It doesn't need to be crazy fine because it'll break down over time in the sauce. So let's go again. Go cross, 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 cross. Just for anyone in the chat, am I mirrored? I don't know if I'm mirrored actually. Maybe I am. Am I mirrored on screen? If I'm mirrored on screen, this is all going to be for naught in a minute. But let's find out. Oh, there go the eyes. And then lastly, I'm going to get grater out. I'm going to do the carrot. But before we do the carrots, does anyone want to tell me what the method is for peeling a carrot? Anyone who's been here before? Anyone want to put their hand up and ask? Let's just see. There we go. Oh, I just smacked the microphone. Brilliant. That probably sounded great for you guys. Yes, Mel. Thank you. We have a nipple method, right? So we anchor the carrot to our apron here. We twist and we pull the peeler towards ourselves. So that's how it works all the time, okay? So we've planted it in now. It's based up to me. Pull, twist, pull, twist, pull, twist, pull, twist. I'll go a little bit quicker, just so we're done nice and quick. Cool. Now I know I said last week about putting a towel down, or 2 weeks ago, about putting a towel down in order to catch your peelings, but that's just not that important today because we're only peeling one carrot. You can do that, so it's probably best practice, but who cares? Okay, lastly. Oh, the green pepper. Sorry, I don't know why I picked that up, but I did. You could finely dice your carrot into little cubes, similar to the celery here, but I'm actually going to grate it. And because it's just a little bit easier, it's roughly the same size as the onion anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. And yeah, so I'm gonna grate this. And this, by the way, is literally, oh lordy, that slipped out of my hand. Literally all the prep you have to do for this. Everything else, I'm good to go. And there you go. You have your sofrito. Now, why did I ask if I was mirrored? Because this is either going to be cool and patriotic and a lovely screenshot for my stream, or I'm going to look like I'm from the Ivory Coast. So you guys tell me, what does that look like to you? Is it patriotic? Love that. Someone take a screen grab of that, please. Happy days, thank you. Right, the whole reason I made the bolognese, it's not actually, it was Lucy Faye, or Lufa, as you guys know her, who suggested it. So, what's next? I'm gonna stick the kettle on. Because I need stock. Sorry, I'm shouting again, you guys are down here. I don't know why I keep doing that. Being a doorknob. So what happens next is you're asking. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna put the pancetta in to the Dutch oven here. These are expensive, these lads, but they're definitely worth the money if you can get one. They'll last for years. This is a Le Crusoe. It's been battered to death, as you might see, but they're really good. They last forever, and you can get so much use out of them. Highly recommend. And Le Crusoe, if you're watching, give us a few freebies, please. So we're gonna put the pancetta in. We're gonna bring, we're gonna cook it out a little bit. We'll put in the meat, cook that out until all the water is gone out of it. In with the veg. You can go veg, meat, meat, veg. Doesn't really matter. Then when the meat and the veg is all broken down and the meat has a bit of color and a bit of texture to it, we're gonna add in our rich beef stock. At that point, usually, you would, oh. There you go, Mel, there's one. I'm gonna add a little bit of the rich beef stock in at the start. Usually, you'd add a bit of red wine, but as I said, someone who's eating this doesn't drink, so I'm going to omit the red wine, and I'm also going to omit the booze from the tiramisu as well, which is fine. Listen, it's all fine. You don't get booze in the ones you buy in the supermarket anyway. So then after the wine goes in, we're going to put a bit of the tomato puree in. It's usually about 30 grams, which is about, I think it's 2 tablespoons. That gets slashed in. You put in your chicken stock. You bring it to a boil, reduce to a simmer, and leave it alone, stirring every 15 minutes for about 90 minutes to 3 hours, anywhere in between. You can also do, if you own one of these lads, hello Kata, if you own one of these lads, is you can actually just put it in the oven and forget about it and leave it there, and every so often just checking it and stir it, and there's less chance of it catching. Let me just put that pepper back up there. That's the most important part of this stream. So these are really important things. So actually, I'm actually good to go here. So you guys are going to bear with me a minute, because I'm going to see if I can get this droid cam thing working. And if I can switch scenes to my other scene. See, this guy knows what he's doing, man. Right. So let's see. I think I'm on the same network. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, shitballs. It's working. There you go. Right. Fucking worked anyway. Right, forget about it. That's that done. Right, so what we're gonna do, we are gonna switch. First I'm gonna stick this on. I don't know why the fuck that was so big, by the way, but that's what she said. I'm gonna turn it up to about 8. we are going to fix this lad up so he's looking the right way. Hey. Oh, I love that for me. That's working fine. Brilliant. Excellent. Brilliant. So, tech troubles done. For now. So, I'm going to bring a bit of power over to my phone so it doesn't die while I'm doing all this. And if it gets stupid hot, we'll move on. So, let's check if the other scene is working. Tell you what, this fucking streaming thing is dead easy, man. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Okay. So, we've got a transition. We've got a mini John in the corner, even shorter. We've got our little droid cam. Am I dropping frames? I'm not dropping a fucking thing, love. Right. That's smoking for some reason, though. But everybody can ignore that. I think it's because I cleaned the hob. There's still some cleaning stuff on it. Yeah, I know, Kata, yeah. I'm going to just try and get this done as quick as I can. Right, so, bit of pancetta in. We're going to put that in into the pan. Right, no jokes, everyone, right? But we're going to put this in dry, okay? The idea being we want to extract some of the fat out of it or render. Yes, Rue. We're going to render some of the fat out. And what that means is, hopefully, if this all goes to plan, you'll see a little bit of pancetta fat come out. Then we're going to go in with the rest. We're going to take that out, actually. And we're going to go in with the rest of our meat, which, as I said before, is half pork. I think it's roughly 60-40. I think I'm going 40% pork and 60% beef. Yeah. I say everyone, no jokes, everyone. But she's lurking anyway, so you probably heard me say I'm going in dry and probably woke up anyway. So, but yeah. So we've got our sofrito, we've got our two meats, we've got our stock, which I'm gonna just get ready now. Actually, while I'm sitting here doing fucking nothing, waiting for that to render out. Oh, I hear noises. That's good. We're gonna make a little bit. You can make your own stock if you want. I think it's a waste. It's a waste of time. There you go. There's my Gino de Campo. This is a waste of time. I do think it's a waste of time because, like, you're just fucking boiling chicken bones for 5 or 6 hours. Like, I mean, the Nora ones are just as good, and that's not just Mark up here white talking to me. So I'm gonna do 2 stocks, as I said. I'm not using red wine, so ordinarily I would, but I'm not using it today. Once again, guys, full recipe will be in my Discord. Exclamation point Discord, please. Somebody in the chat, because I can't really type. Thank you, Frew. Love that. So this is starting to sizzle a bit now. Let's get a little more of that fat out, lads. Come on. So I'm gonna add a touch of olive oil in, just to help to speed the process up. You know what? I'm gonna use the good olive oil because I just hate my life. Oh my god, I just broke the thing on it. How am I supposed to do that? I'm just gonna free ball it. There we go. That's better. Little olive oil just to drag some of the fat out. I know it's grand, isn't it? Look at this. I've got this. You guys are going on up here. I've got my droid cam over here, which my phone is going to be about 300 degrees. If it cuts off, it's probably because the phone has gotten too hot. But listen, we'll just see how it's going. The only thing I'm staring at is that FPS thing in the bottom right corner of that laptop. Well, this laptop is showing you guys. I have 2 shit laptops, so might as well use them both. And 1 shit phone, which I need to get upgraded. And 1 green pepper, which is important. Right, so what are we doing? We're waiting for a bit more of the fat to come out of these guys. Then we're going to take them out, and we're going to throw in our 2 meats. Now there is an old thing that apparently, and this is actually a Gino thing, Lucy, you'll enjoy this. He says that he would, his mother, my mother, she would add olive oil into this to break up the meat before you put it in. There you go. I've gone very, that's gonna go pretty well. So I'll fucking eat that pepper. So they add a little bit of olive oil in, and what they do is they add the olive oil in, and they use their hands to break it up. And I'm gonna do that into a bowl actually. To be safe. Well, I'm gonna need all these fucking bowls for the tiramisu later, but whatever. So in you go, mate. And in you go. So, someone tell me how the pancetta is looking. It looks fine to me. So, what's going to happen is I'm going to get my hands in here. I'm going to shift the Ireland flag down a little bit. And I'm just going to break up the meat into like, because as you see, when you buy supermarket minced pork or minced beef or whatever it is, it tends to come in like strands. So this way I'm kind of breaking up the meat so it doesn't kind of stick in big clumps. Now, once again, I'm going off Gino D'Acampo's word here. Yeah, I'll leave it out in the sun when the sun arrives in Ireland, so it'll be green for the rest of its life. But the, do you know what, Spenny? True story. Right, so for anyone who's known me for a while, they'll know that I did a small cooking Instagram during lockdown where this recipe is actually on. And every single time I did an Italian dish, whether it was carbonara or risotto or something like that, the Italians would come for me. Now, I had 1,000 people on that Instagram. Nothing crazy for an Instagram. And they would come for me, they'd DM me, they'd be like, one of them called me a foreign pig because I put garlic in carbonara. So they're exceedingly passionate, even though, if, as you said, you'd love to hear an Italian come in and say that to me, but like, yeah, go on, link it through, go on. I don't post on it anymore because I'm doing it all here, but why not? But yeah, they basically came on a couple of times and like hideously trolled me and were like, you fucking idiot, you don't know what you're doing. Like, so the Italians are actually extremely passionate about their food and about their culture and everything, which is great. I love that for them. But yeah, they came at me a few times, which was very funny. My mate still bring it up all the fucking time. Right, so I've taken a bit of fat out of these. Pancetta is now going to come out, hopefully leaving a little bit of that fat in there. I want to try and get as much of this out as I can. And next thing in, so we're going to put that to the side somewhere. We'll put it over here and take that off the heat. Right, actually, before we get going, you know what, let me just switch back for a sec. Oh no, he's gone. Oh no, he's back. We're gonna bring on a special guest. Come here. Want to come up and say hello to everyone? This is Monaco. Or Mono. Hello, buddy. You alright? You're just looking at the pork and beef, aren't you? Is that what you're looking for? This is Monaco. He's 13. He's deaf. He's half blind. He's no teeth. Apparently he almost died while I was at TwitchCon. But because he ate some weird beef he wasn't supposed to eat. Oh, there you go. But we all love Mono here in this house. Anyway, yeah, you can't hear me, but we're talking about you. Sounds like my profile on Tinder. Absolutely, Kata. Alright, back onto the heat with you. Oh, we need to switch you guys back to the pan because Mono's gone. You're back. Okay. So, a little bit of olive oil. meat in, which I've now mixed around a bit. And we're just gonna kind of use our spoon to twist and break up the meat. Now, mince and meat in general, but mince especially, mince releases a lot of water. So what you're trying to do with mince, especially beef mince, you're trying to cook out the water and add a little texture to it. So you always hear about this thing called the Maillard reaction, which is that kind of brownish tint that like me spinf minced beef get. Here, you come back up and say Logan. Wah. This is what minced beef get. Well, I got your feet, you're all right. So that's like that browning that you see on steaks. You are trying to get that on mince as well. So the idea being is that that's where all the flavor comes from. No color, no flavor. That's what the... Oh, are you blocking the microphone actually? Oh, fuck's sake. Right, there you go. That's what Gordon Ramsay always says, you know, no color, no flavor. So what you're trying to do is, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to try and get a little scorch on it if I can. I'll cook the meat, bring the meat up to temperature, get a bit of color on it. As you can see behind it, it's just kind of steam. That's all steam coming off that at the moment. Woo. And I can't hear you. Oh. Yeah, Axe, it is. You're essentially, I am boiling it a little bit, but listen, I'm crunched for time here. I have to get this done in 2 hours. If you are better off, as Axe has just suggested there, doing it in batches of 3 is probably better. But I'm going to lash the heat up very high on this, and I'm going to keep an eye on it, and I'm going to try and control it as best I can. But very good, Axe. Very good. Axe, you come to the front of the class, please. That's where we want you here. But yeah, I tend to just, once again, this is, if I was working in a professional kitchen, I would be absolutely doing that in batches, or someone would hit me across the head. So as Axe was saying there, I would absolutely, like, this is slightly boiling it a bit. You can actually see a bit of color coming through. But as I was saying about the water, let's see if any of it's come out yet. Yeah, there's a little bit of water that's come out already. So yeah, I am kind of boiling this, but I'm going to cook the living daylights out of this, Axe. So it should be fine. So this is, I'm going to cook this out now. It'll take about 10-15 minutes. After that, I'm going to go in with a little bit of rich beef stock, which is this guy. Ordinarily, oh my God, let me vote on this, please. No, I can't. Can I not vote on my own polls? That is complete and utter horseshit. Oh, red won. Oh, the poll's over. Never mind. Yeah, so actually I'm finished with knives, so they can all go away. That's starting to get a bit more aggressive behind me now. I can hear it. Once again, actually, it's a thing. I sometimes cook with like music on in my ear. It's not actually that great. Have music on, have it on up here, have it on somewhere, because I'm listening to that now and I can hear that it's starting to cook a little bit more aggressively. So you guys can see it. I'm not looking at it. That's over there. But I'm listening to it and I'm smelling. And there you have to use your 5 senses while you're cooking. Yeah, that's fine, but as long as you can, I just mean, like, I'll have two earphones in, so I can't hear shit. So, right, what are we doing after this? This veg is going to go in next when that cooks down a little bit. Next thing, and I can hear that catching a little bit. This could be one of those. Put on the extractor, let me know. Nope, you can't hear the extractor fan, lovely. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the rich beef stock to replace the wine, because quite rich and quite velvety, and that's what we're looking for. The chicken stock is what we're going to use to cook the actual dish. And then I'm going to use roughly 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, and then you're done. What I am going to do, actually, which I haven't done yet, is we're going to season this. Now, because of the pancetta, because of the stock, it doesn't actually require a crazy amount of seasoning, because it just doesn't need it. But once again, you season it every stage of cooking. You season at the beginning, you season at the end, you season in the middle. Now that's catching a little bit, I think. Oh, that's not caught enough as I thought it had. There's like a couple of little brown bits in there. That's about it. Well, we'll keep going. And you see, as I stir it, the water from the ones that's not cooked just come down and completely calm down this whole reaction. Because the bit on the top is still actually quite cold. But I only got, did I get much? There we go in there. Got a little bit Maillard here and there. Like, you need to keep more of an eye on this now because a lot of the water has actually come out of it now. So I will, once again, twisting. I can't see chat, by the way, in case you guys are asking me something, telling me something. Can't see a thing. So that's now calmed down again. As it washed, so I took some meat there. Now, what is your opinion on the vacuum packing of minced meat? I think protesting is due. Well, the fact they've changed it from, I don't have it anymore. The fact they've changed it from that kind of big, thick plastic packaging to bags is actually a little bit better. I know. Sorry, he's crying at me here. I think that's a little bit better. I know there's a few packaging bits have changed. You ever like a 6-hour sauce from whole tomato? Do you ever do a 6-hour sauce from whole tomatoes? No, I don't think you really need to fruit, to be honest. Like, the reason why this is as long as it is, this recipe, is to kind of break down the meat more than it is anything else. It's like a slow roasted sort of feel to it. Like, are you roasting hot? No, you're fine. It's more. That's more the reason why you do this. Like, this is, you need to cook out, mate. But just bring your own container. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So, Axe, for anyone who's, in my opinion, now obviously this is in Ireland, so it could be different to different countries, depending on the supermarket. But in my opinion, of the high street supermarkets, the one with the best quality meat is Aldi, hands down. Tesco is by far the worst, which is where I got all this today, but because it's close to the house. But that's if you're not paying premium, like stuff like, for in Ireland there's a store called Dunn's, or what's the posh one in the UK called Waitrose or something like that. If you want to get it out of there, but genuinely Aldi has really good quality meat, really good steaks, really good, genuinely really good. I don't know if you can hear him crying. I don't know why you want to come up, mate. All I have is onions. You wouldn't even eat an onion. Yeah, I don't know. So it's, I would always go Aldi. Dunn's meat isn't bad for you. It's just crazy expensive. And yes, if you can go to your butcher, yeah, but usually the butcher is, well, definitely here anyway, the butcher is way more expensive. And it, like, there's a good butcher up the road from me, who gave me a lot of free stuff one day because I asked him. In decades since I've been on one, so okay. Yeah, I think the butcher, if you can afford it, absolutely. What I tend to do if I'm going into a butcher is I let the butcher kind of dictate what dinner I'm having. So there's a butcher and a fishmonger up the road from us, and I'll go in and I'll say, what's in season, what's cheap. They'll say, oh well, we've got shitload of pork chops you need to get rid of, and I'll just go, cool, I'll make my dinner out of that. Or I'll go into the fish and I'll say, what's the freshest or what's sustainable. I don't eat fish that often, but my mother does, so I'll go in there and say, and they'll say something like, oh, we caught a shitload of mackerel off the coast of Dublin earlier, they're only €2 a fish. And I'm going, give me 2 of them, job done. No, I haven't made chicken piccata actually, Lexi. I'm 90% sure I've made something similar to it, if it's what I think it is. But you do get a, the thing about butchers is you get a relationship with them as time goes on, and you kind of go into them and you're like, all right, Billy, how are things? This was something that like my old chefs used to tell me. Keep going to these markets, keep talking to these people, and then eventually you'll come in and I remember it happened to me once in a market in the middle of Dublin once where I was going there all the time. And I went in, he was like, "Here, I have a box of tomatoes I can't get rid of. Fucking the size of this." And he gave me to me for €2 or something. And I went home and made a big tomato soup out of them. So like you have shit like that that you can do if you're clever about it. But the reason I became a chef is because I wanted to be able to come home, open this cabinet and go, okay, I've got this, this, and this. I can make this meal out of. And that's the kind of skill that I have because I did all this for years. So it's difficult for people who aren't used to it, who want to plan out their meals, for them to kind of say, you know, oh, what the fuck do I make for dinner? Now that's starting to catch a little bit now, and there's a little more colour coming through, which is good. That's what we're looking for. But don't forget, even though this looks kind of dry at the moment, it's going to be covered in stock and tomato and all that. It's going to be reduced to a simmer, and it's going to left to sit there for about 90 minutes while we make a fucking tiramisu, apparently. Are you alright? So, yeah, it's... Oh, sorry, yeah, Fru, please educate people on fishmongers. I'm gonna zip and just talk about this thing. Everybody, Fruhara, you have the floor. Any seafood related questions, please refer them to my moderation team. I'm not sure what everyone else's specialist subject is. Axe is probably tech. Lexi is cocktails and beaches. Lucy is ass and feet. Probably, I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. Oh, Lordy Lou, are you alright? Hiding under my feet now. Trying to break up this mince as best I can. I did break it up beforehand. Can't read chat, so if I'm getting slaughtered, let me know. Now that's starting to actually catch down the bottom, so let's just keep an eye. I can hear it, I can feel it. You guys can't really see that, or can you? I don't know. My stream is so small here. All right, so for actually what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get my tomato puree ready as well. So I need roughly 30 grams, 2 tablespoons. So let's just go, ooh, there's 1, and 2. Lovely, so that can sit there. What I sometimes like to do, which I think is a bit easier in your life, that is sufficiently caught now. Ordinarily now, I deglaze it with a bit, actually no, I'm going to put the veg in first. Once again, the order of this doesn't really fucking matter. The stock going in at the end is the only important one. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, we lost a few soldiers there. Saw that. Never mind. Hit the guard. I know exactly what I'm doing all the time. So a bit of the onion, there you go. A bit of the juice from the onion will come out now and scrape a little bit of the bottom off that. But what I'm also going to do, just to help myself out, is I'm going to put a little bit of this beef stock in. And that's just going to take some of the fond off the bottom of this. It's also going to help cook these veg a little bit. But what we're trying to do with the veg now, take as much water out of that again, because the whole idea really when you're cooking, especially veg, is that trying to take as much water out of them as you can, because that's where you lose flavor. Like, water is just water, so the more water that leaves a vegetable, the more it's going to taste like the vegetable. Yeah, I know it sounds really stupid, but that's just what it is. So I've added a little bit of that rich beef stock in there now. Oh, actually, I forgot something really important that you're supposed to put into this. Holy shit, John. So, don't ask me the logic behind this. Just remember this now. But you're apparently supposed to put, this is for fruit. You're supposed to put a little bit of whole milk into this. So it's the fattiness of the milk. Now, there's varying, about 30 mils. That's a lot more than 30 mils. But fuck it, we're going with it. So apparently, there's varying reasons why you do this. So apparently, the fat inside the milk breaks down the meat. Marco Pierre White puts his in at the very end. Gino D'Acampo puts his in at the very start. Now, I don't fucking know. I'm not Italian. And if any Italians are here, I'm sure their grandmother... Sorry, do we have any Italians in the house? If any Italians are here, I'm sure their grandmother or their mother will have a different way of doing it than the way I'm doing it today. And ordinarily what you do with this in general, you wouldn't use mince, you'd use like a slow roasted steak. So, bit of milk goes in. That's actually going to go in now. So, your milk's gone in. The fattiness of the milk breaks down the meat, apparently. There's another shite Italian accent for you. My dog is pawing at my ankle here. He can smell the dinner. He's crying at me. Oh, what are you crying at? Here, say hi, Look. Look, they're all looking at you. You're embarrassing yourself. Look, it's over here. That's what you want to see, look. See? You're not allowed to eat that. Too rich for it. You just want to dive into that. There you go. Right, so what I tend to do, what you're supposed to kind of do realistically is after this milk breaks the meat down a little bit, you go in with tomato puree, you stir the tomato puree around, blah blah blah. No, let's not do that. That's too much fucking effort. We're going to take the tomato puree that we've measured out, we're going to mix it into our chicken stock, and I'm going to whisk this until chicken stock and the tomato puree, let's just rinse a bit of that out. The chicken stock and the tomato puree, there we go, got rid of that off the spoon. Here's my whisk here. And we're going to whisk this till we have a lovely red sauce. Now, as I said, this is dependent on maybe a little bit more. Once again, let's test it out as we go. The Italians, varying recipes for this. I watched a load of different very famous Italian chefs, and some of them will use passata, some of them won't. Majority of them won't. And once again, there's an official Bolognese recipe from the Chamber of fucking History in Bologna, and they allow certain variants, and one of them is you can use passata. None of them contain fresh tomatoes. Tomatoes. None of them contain mushrooms. None of them contain the greatest vegetable of all time, which is now front and center again. But they will they allow certain variants of certain things. So I've always found that, you know what, we're going to throw a little bit of this rich beef stock in. Fuck it. You guys aren't eating this, I am. Oh, that's gone in. Great. Cool. So they allow certain variants. So what we're trying to do over time is to reduce this all the way out. So as you can see, this is just stirring away here. Is there a lot of liquid in there? Really? But what's going to happen here is I'm going to add my stock tomato mix together. How long does passata last? I don't know. Hey, in the bottle. Open, used it in, probably says used it in a week or something, does it? Consume within 5 days of opening. There you go. And there you go, Peru. There's your answer. But if you want, like if I was putting this into a lasagna, I would definitely cut it with the passata, because when you put it in the oven then with lasagna for a further 20 minutes, it just dries the shit out of it. So I'm gonna go in with this now. It's probably a touch too much stock, so I'll go in with probably, it's 500 mils usually. I have about 600 in here. So this is gonna go in. I'm gonna keep a little bit set. That's gonna sit over there. I'm gonna stir you around, 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 around. I'm gonna bring you up to a boil. And then that is gonna reduce and simmer for, I'm gonna try and get it done by 6:30, which is 2 hours from now. So, that's it. That's your bolognese. It's on. Now bubbling. So I'm gonna take this down to about a 3. I'm gonna leave it there. So, bag ball is on. The bolognese. About 2 hours from now, I'm gonna take it out, mix it through some tagliatelle, and top it with some pecorino. If I was doing this properly, I'm not today. I want to get it done quickly. It's still nice after 2 hours. It's one of these things. If you slow and cook it for 5-6 hours, it's nicer and nicer and nicer and nicer as it goes on. I would ordinarily do it for 90 minutes with lid on, stirring every 15 minutes, and 90 minutes with lid off. That's what I ordinarily would do. Today I'm going to do 2 hours lid off because I want to reduce this as quick as I can. Now this is the thing, this will, if anyone knows what happens when a sauce splits, when the fats and the liquid separate and you get this kind of grainy texture, this will probably split. The bolognese will traditionally just, the fat will generally just fall out of it, especially if you're cooking it for so long. That's why, unlike what you guys, or what I would have been raised on, or what British people would have as spag bol, which is like a plate of spaghetti with a big plop in the middle of it, wouldn't look good with this sauce because it would all just spread out. Traditionally, a bolognese sauce is mixed with the tagliatelle, and then all the fats and stuff stick to the strands of pasta. So spag bol is a completely UK invented thing. That's why they're so passionate about it in Italy now, is because they went through years of fighting the British for it. Like, so we want fat on your strand, absolutely act. So that's on now. You guys can see it bubbling away there. What we're gonna do is Scottish deep fry their pizza too. Yeah, they just absolutely hate the Italians. So what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna see if I can do this now, leave that just bubbling in the corner. Let's switch back to our main feed. Let's switch you back on. Oh, hello. And let's just make you smaller, shall we, mate? You're just sitting in the corner, bubbling away. Let's do a little, do over here, because you guys are over here. Do a little alt, shall we? Oh, wrong way. Don't you do the thing anymore. There. He's sitting there, bubbling away. Is alt not for putting it? It doesn't matter. That's gonna sit there while we make our tiramisu. I'm gonna leave the chopping board here because it's slightly raised and it makes my life a bit easier. And I'm gonna open up my my Sully Serves tiramisu recipe at Instagram.com/Sully Serves, if anyone's interested. He just let out an awful puff when I said that. He didn't like that, did he? He didn't like me plugging that. We're gonna do. Oh, thanks, Fru. What? It's wrong. I can't hear you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this up because first of all I need to do add quote. First of all, I need to measure out everything. So first things first. Let's get it up. I can't. I have to log in. What did I dock something? Did I? Oh yeah, yeah. It's an. Sorry, it is an absolute dox because it's linked to my personal account. I'm pretty confident nobody wants to stalk me anyway. Maybe they do. Brilliant. Yeah, you guys can't see it, but he is halfway up my leg, just jumping at me and crying because I'm not paying him any attention, and he can smell food. I don't know if you can hear him. What's going on? What are you giving out about? You're always giving out. Look. You're embarrassing me. Oh, stop. Look, alright, it's over here. Look. There. He wants to eat this so badly. Right, down you go. Get out of here. Yeah. Oh, I just kicked you now. Hope you're happy. Hi Sandy. Sorry, I didn't only saw you now. I'm being an awful streamer actually, because I can't interact with chat because the bloody thing is behind me. I'm doing a fucking captcha here just to log into Instagram so I can see the recipe I'm about to do in front of you guys for the first time in about 3 years. Haven't made a tiramisu in a long time actually. Now, that being said, as far as I remember, it's an absolute piece of piss to put together. So you actually need bowls. You need coffee, which I did buy. Oh, actually, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. We're doing all this live, by the way. Like this is just this is how streaming works for anyone who doesn't know. Free ball everything. So when you're making, this hasn't seen the light of day in a while. Oh no, I'm not using that actually. Which one is the important one? Which one is the shy one? So if you're making tiramisu, the coffee that you're dipping your biscotti, I don't think it's actually biscotti, but it's something like that, has to be it has to be cold because you're using the biscuits. If it's warm, it'll break them down almost immediately. So Lucy, or Live Laugh Lufa, Live Laugh understand this, right? Oh shit! I forgot to put the pancetta back in. Wow. So yeah, Live Laugh understand. What do you think the IRL stands for in my name? Did you think it stood for in real life? Oh, sorry. Okay. No, it stands for Ireland, as in IRL. So if you're making no, it stands for, it's a country code. I don't think actually it is. I think is it our country code? I can't remember. I'm sure Fru will correct me if it's not. I am gonna run it. I haven't used this Nespresso machine in a very long time, so I'm gonna run it through a couple of times just to make sure it's not hideously meldy on the inside, because I buy all my coffee across the road, you know. Oh, how long has that been in there? Probably not good. You know what? I'm not going to use this one. I have a better one outside that I haven't used. I have a newer one and a better one out in my room, so I'll go get that. Non-DB in the ass, yeah. What the fuck did I miss? I turned off chat for like 2 seconds. And you guys are talking about me taking in the fucking arse. Brilliant. This is a cooking show. It doesn't matter actually. It's fine. It'll bring in more viewers if people think that that's what's going on. have to realize how unserious I am about all this. This is just for funsies. Right. I will be back in 2 seconds. I'm gonna leave you here. Keep an eye on the. Will you keep an eye on that while I'm gone, please? Thank you. 2 seconds. Let me just mute my mic so you can't hear me running. Right, did it burn while I was gone, or did you guys behave yourselves? That's the go. I'm gonna run this through a couple of times because I know that this is gonna be. I haven't used this in a very long time, so it's gonna be a bit shit. So let's see how she handles. I do actually have a descaler for this, but that doesn't matter. Keep running through, it should be fine. You behaved good, thank you, Fru. I appreciate that. And this might be really aggressively loud, actually. Let's go find my recipe for tiramisu, shall we? Sully, there he is. Look at him. Sully serves. And let's find. Alright. Light the shine on me. Oh, there's some amount of shite coming out of that. Brilliant. Oh, we're going to keep running that through until it comes out clear. Oh, you can't hear that. That's mad. That's so aggressively loud now. Woof. Go again. Shush, Axe. Shush. So, what do I need for this? I need 500 grams of mascarpone, which I have. I like to what I do if I'm making anything, I will measure out my ingredients and I'll have them beside me, and I'll just, rather than kind of going on the spot going, oh, I need 70 grams of this, I need 60 grams of that, I will measure everything beforehand. This is not getting any clearer, is it? So, probably why. So, we will. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh God, I hope you didn't hear that. That was him barking. You're deaf, you fucking Egypt. They can hear you, you know that, yeah? I love the way you guys are just watching me clean a coffee machine here. This is the content you guys have all subscribed to. Did you guys hear the barking, did you? They heard you. Did you know that? Yeah, okay. But everybody came to watch this nonsense. Now, let's hope that does something. That, my friend, is good enough for me. So, you guys aren't drinking it, so it doesn't fucking matter. I'm gonna take one of these guys, if I can find another one, and which is great. You know what, I'll just use this. Every Irish household in the world probably has one of these. Oh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my espresso in here now. Maybe I'm not. Keep an eye on you for a minute. Give you a stir. We're still bubbling away. Get a little bit of the liquid above you. So happy days. I'm gonna up that to a 4. It's not bubbling enough for me. I'm gonna run all my espresso through this now because it needs to cool down. Because sorry, as I said, once you get by the time I've whisked all the cream and stuff together, this will be cold enough. I'll put it in the fridge. It should be fine. So I'm gonna run this through a couple of times. I got decaf because it means I can actually eat this without having like 4 cups of coffee. So ordinarily, if you're making a tiramisu, there's actually, this is the thing, if you ever go out or if someone brings you in a traditional tiramisu, you know, Axe I know loves to make a tiramisu. If you make a traditional tiramisu, it's actually quite boozy. So I'd be careful. What in God's name happened? I walked away. What happened with Lucy while I was gone? But a traditional tiramisu is actually quite boozy. It's oh yeah, Axe. You mean these guys? Oh, magic shit. We have 3 of them. But yeah, so I actually buy all my kitchen equipment from a professional supplier, because I don't give a shit if it looks good as long as it's practical. Like a lot of kitchen stuff doesn't look very good. Like you look at this pan here, with this like ghastly steel handle and stuff like. This is an absolute monster of a pan, and it can go in the oven. Now, because if you're not working in a professional kitchen, this handle gets scalding hot, will burn you. If you don't forget, so you have to assume everything is hot in the kitchen. But yeah, sorry, a traditional tiramisu is actually quite boozy. So like one slice of tiramisu would have about half a shot of booze in it, which mightn't sound like a lot, but if you have 2 slices of tiramisu, you can't drive in Ireland. So like that's kind of nuts. So if you do have a traditional tiramisu and you're like, oh, I love tiramisu, it is quite booze heavy. Now, ordinarily, for anyone who's wondering what booze, I would use amaretto liqueur, which is the brand would be Disaronno. That's what I'd ordinarily use, or I'd use sherry. You know, once again, someone who's here today in my house doesn't drink, so everything. Ordinarily I'd have wine in this guy, which is bubbling away here, and I'd have some booze in this as well, but I don't today, which is fine. Listen, that's just part of it. So I'm gonna actually get up I need to get my measurements here. So what do I need? You're bubbling away there. If I was to tell someone tomorrow, if you need something in the kitchen, I would say you need one of these. An electric scales is absolutely vital for a kitchen, because something like this today, we're doing the tiramisu, which is so kind of like they always say, the old saying is cooking is poetry, baking is chemistry, right? So you can kind of, as you see, I've freeballed a few bits there today with this. with regards to how much, you know, tomato paste I put in the bolognese and stuff like that. But if you're baking, if you're making a red velvet or something like that, the amounts are very, very specific. So it might be to the gram. You know, I'm actually going to put this coffee in the fridge because I needed to cool down fucking quickly. You're going to sit in there, pal. Ordinarily, don't put hot things into a cold fridge, yeah? Especially sauces, because they will go sour. Let it go down to room temperature and then put it into more cold. Yeah, that is too hot for that shelf, I think. Put a little towel underneath it. Now, coffee machine. You can shag off, go over there, if you would be so kind. Right, so let's start our measurements. So, what do I need first? I need 500 grams of mascarpone cream, or mascarpone cheese, which I happen to just buy 2 tubs of 250. So I'm trusting them that there's 500 grams in here. If there's not, there's nothing I can do about it. I haven't bought any more. After I just gave this big lecture about how you have to be unbelievably precise with your measurements, I'm completely trusting Tesco. That's 250 grams of mascarpone in here. Where are we going then? All we need out of the fridge. Cool. Espresso coffee is sitting over there. That's fine. Or it's in the thing. I need 75 grams of castor sugar. So I'm going to take this little tub here. I have loads of these little ramekins sitting around my place all the time. If ever I buy a little yogurt that's in glass, I'll always keep it for something like this. So now that's at 0. Where's my castor sugar? You're here. We need 70 grams. The only one thing when you cook something like this in front of people, they're like, no way that much sugar or no way that much butter goes into it. And you're like, it certainly does. I forgot that Axe is a tiramisu connoisseur. He's going to be judging the shit out of me when I'm doing this. 69 grams, 70. Okay. So, that's our sugar. We're going to go 300 mils of double cream. Give me a little jug, please. Now, there's always this thing of, you trust, like, what is a milliliter and a fucking milligram the same thing or whatever? Let's find out, shall we? But this says there's 250 milliliters of cream in here, so let's find out. Now, that says 220. So, I don't know. How the fuck do you change the unit on this, actually? Cool. So, there's 220 in there. So, let's just go another. Go. Spot on. So, that's 300 of double cream. So the recipe is 500 grams of mascarpone, which I have, 300 grams of double cream, 70 grams of castor sugar, my coffee, which is in the fridge, my Salvadori biscuits, which are just, for anyone else in the crowd, they're just called lady fingers over here, or sponge fingers, and 5 eggs. I'm 90% sure I have to separate these eggs, so let's just find out together. Once again, I haven't done this recipe in years, so you guys are learning with me. That's everything I need. And cocoa powder as well. Cool. Separate bowl. Whisk your egg whites until stiff peaks form. Okay. So I need 5 eggs. We're going to separate these eggs out. Okay. So 1 bowl is going to contain your egg whites. So we have 3 bowls here. 1 bowl is going to contain your egg whites. 1 bowl is going to contain your egg yolks and your sugar, and the other is going to contain your cream. I'm going to whisk them all separately. Stiff peaks on the egg whites. Double cream soft peaks, so it doesn't get that too whipped texture. and the egg yolks and the sugar is just whipped until light and pale. Now, thought the fucking you thought something to big before. Check out the fucking size of this whisk. Size of my head. This thing is a monster and I love it. So we're gonna go cream into this bowl. And I'm gonna try and do this by hand so I have a bit of control. But unfortunately, it's a very sus movement. So we'll just move on. High Riverwood chicken, by the way. Sorry, I can't really see the chat because I have the recipe open here. So if you're separating an egg, so here's the reality of it. If you're separating an egg, the old thing you're told to do is to crack it, toss the yolk between your two eggs, and bang it in. We're not going to do that. We're going to do, which is, as long as you have clean hands, a perfectly acceptable way to do it. It's how chefs do it in a professional kitchen, so that's how we're going to do it here today. So I'm going to crack the egg. I'm going to crack it through my hand. Okay, so always crack an egg. Where are you going here? Always crack an egg on a flat surface, never on a sharp, because you might break the yolk. Okay, I've cracked the egg. My hand's into it. This is the bowl my whites are going to go into. Eggshell in. Egg onto your hand. Hold on to the yolk. You should be able to hold on to the yolk. Get your little strands there. And the yolk goes into your bowl. That's how you separate an egg. None of this bollocks of back and forth between shells and all this nonsense. Like, that's not how life works. We don't have time for that. Back and forth, back and forth. It's a waste of time, as Gino would say. Oh. Some yolk on that, eh? Sorry, Lucy's messed her stick out because she's in yellow. Rice. And finally... Okay. There is 5 eggs separated. That's the yolk moist, man. Lovely. That's 5 eggs separated in less than 50 seconds. It's whole thing about kitchens is you're trying to be precise, you're trying to work hard, you're trying to be clean, and you're trying to be clever. Give our bolognese a stir. Are you guys keeping an eye on this for me, yeah? Hope you are. So next thing we're gonna do, that's fine, that's simmering away. There's still the guts of an hour and a half on that. So first things first, I'm gonna set the yolks back here for a sec. We're gonna do the egg whites first. Now, if you're whisking ordinarily, yes, it is in fact very easy. It is in fact very easy to do. I'm going to put the chat back on here so I can see what's actually going on. So, we have our eggs here. Most people will whisk. Let me see if I have another bowl here. Need a big, there you have the, and we brought this bowl out before, and me and Fru had a joke about it. The stereotypical bowl that's in every Irish household ever that you've soaked your feet in, puked in, the dog has slept in, fucking everything, right? Every Irish household has this exact bowl, right? So, ordinarily I see people whisking and they do this. Bowls out here, they're doing that. Absolutely not. Bowl should be anchored to your body. The bulk bowl, absolutely. The everything bowl, absolutely. This is now resting against me, and I'm not whisking like this. I'm whisking like this. Now, sus movements, I'm well aware of it. Right? Moving around, moving around, moving around. Okay? This way you could whisk. If you're doing that, and you're whisking while it's rested against you, you get the anchor, you get the movement, and you get everything comes a bit quicker, right? So I'm gonna get this away for a sec. Now this is all gonna look really stupid if I can't whisk these eggs as fast as I just said. So if I'm whisking, Now, obviously, you can use a power whisk if you need to. But for me, you need a big ah, Christ almighty. I knew once I started doing this that it would bring someone out of the doldrums anyway. Now, if you're a power whisker and do that faster, it will. If you have, I know a few you have KitchenAids, it absolutely will work. So this in about a minute and a bit, nearly done. It's at soft peaks at the moment. We're trying to get this to hard peaks. Watch your feet there. Sorry, I have cables running everywhere here and people walking in behind. I'm gonna whisk. This is where you kind of get that light aeration in your tiramisu, so it's not too heavy. So I'm gonna keep going a little bit more. Talk amongst yourselves. This way as well, especially when this will go a lot quicker when you're whipping the cream, but you're you can control it, so cream can over whip really quickly and it can get this kind of, if you ever buy a tub of whipped cream in a shop and it has that kind of really stiff aerated texture, I don't like. I like whipped cream to be over there. We're almost there. I like whipped cream to be a little bit closer to like soft ice cream rather than that kind of really thick, like galoop in this one. Oh no. Once again, if you have a KitchenAid, use a fucking KitchenAid. I'm just trying to show you that you have a big whisk, accomplish anything. Add quote. Do we trust it? Yeah, kind of. See? Whisked. Happy days. So, egg whites, whisked. I'm going to give the whisk a bit of a clean off because I need it again. Now, in theory, this part should be... Oh, what happens? So, next part is your double cream. Now, double cream is full of fat, full of fucking shit. So, this will hopefully, if everything's going well, this will just whisk together and become very thick whipped cream very quickly. Let's check our... actually, Fru, can you set a timer for me? If we, a little timer that goes off every 10 minutes so I can stir that. Just to get everybody interactive in chat. Something I learned in a panel I went to at TwitchCon is to keep your chat interactive. Make sure they're doing things and getting involved. Very good panel, by the way. Excellent panel. We all attended it. It was quite good, actually. Very good. The only panel I attended all weekend. Bye. Right. So. Oh my god. When did that happen? With egg on me. Went a bit too hard on it. So, next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna whip this into like soft peak. So, as I showed you earlier, now it sat there for a minute. So yeah, it sat there for a minute. So I'm not gonna do it now. But if you see, I don't know if that'll catch it because it's white. But there's stiff peaks on that now, and that is like quite meringue-esque. That's what we're trying to do with the eggs, but what we're trying to do with the cream is to just get a kind of softer peak, so it still slides around. So what we're going to do, this is, so you'd have red with that, you'd have white with this, just so we all know. What? What are you looking at? Find it there. Do we want this to be... Oh. Starting to bite back? No. Okay, cool. Lovely. So that's just before it gets to that kind of weird point where it becomes like the store-bought whipped cream. I'm gonna do a thing actually now. I'm gonna do a little quenelle just to show off a little bit. Actually, can I still do these? I don't know if I can. Let's find out together. So if you were serving this in a posh restaurant 10 years ago, you'd make a little quenelle, which is kind of looks like I have something. I think I have something back here, don't I? Bear with me one sec. Quenelle. That's kind of hard to see actually. So, if I was serving that, it would look a little bit like, I can't really see that. It looks like a really posh scoop of ice cream. It's kind of in the shape of a little poached egg. I can still do it apparently. That's good. But that's the texture I was looking for with the cream. Tastes nice too. So, what's our next step? Our next step, I think, let me check my recipe, is to... Yes. Now this is one that probably should have the electric mixer for, but fuck it. We're free balling it. I'm running out of fucking space to put these bowls. So now I'm going to whisk my egg yolks and my sugar together until they're pale. Let's clear down everything here. Yeah, okay. So we're going to beat the shit out of our egg yolk and sugar so that's combined and is slightly pale. Then we're going to mix in our mascarpone cream. Whoops. Then we're going to mix in our mascarpone cream. We're going to mix that. We're going to fold it together, and then we're going to do the whole tiramisu building thing. So after I've done my egg whites, my double cream. I'm going to mix this together, mix it with the mascarpone, lash it all together. That's your tiramisu cream done, and then we'll go on to dipping. So all of this takes, I think, about half an hour, roughly. If I was doing this without explaining each step. Well done, Lucy. Congratulations on your editing. If I was doing all this without talking to you guys, I would, I'd probably be finished by now. So. So someone tell me a story while I'm doing this. I have to do this for about 4 minutes. There's a fight outside. Right, what's going on in the fight? Please, detailed accounts, please. Sports commentator mode, Lucy, please. Go viral. Absolutely not, Lucy. Look at the fucking size of this thing. No, I'm not doing the come down with me thing. That guy is still talked about to this day for doing that. I can't put into words how big this whisk is. That's it next to my head. See? Ain't going nowhere. Every gay man in the chat just got a big sigh of sadness that I can't fit this whisk into my mouth. Cat is allowed to be sus if he likes. The whisk is bigger than the fucking dog. Yeah, you. We're talking about you. So, I'm pretty happy with that. That's gotten. See, my camera's so shit. You can't pick any of this shit up. What if I go over here? Is that lightning? Doesn't really work. So this is now more. If anyone knows what a what's the sauce called? You put on poached eggs? I forgot. Hollandaise. It kind of looks like a hollandaise now. A little bit thicker than a hollandaise would like to be. Cool. So now that's become light, bit aerated, bit thicker. Don't fall out, Mr. Whisk. Thank you. We're going to put our mascarpone cream through this now. If I can get the fucking thing open. Now, we're going to put our mascarpone in here. Once again, I'm trusting Tesco have put exactly 250 grams of this in here. Oh, that music just got a little bit louder for me. I don't know. I remember last week, Axe said you couldn't even hear the music, so who knows? I think, as far as I'm aware, I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong here and talking out my arsehole, which is not like me at all. Pretty sure this is what what's it called is made of. What's the cream cheese called? People using cheesecakes, the brand. Oh my god, I've lost my mind here. Someone tell me. Somebody, anybody? I'm listening. What's that bloody cream cheese brand called that everybody uses? Start with a D. Philly, thank you, Philadelphia. It doesn't start with a D at all. That was fucking stupid. Right, so I'm gonna get this mascarpone. I'm gonna mix it together with the egg whites. This is where I should have got out my other whisk actually, and I will. That's right, everyone else. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He has a second whisk has entered the chat. This one is a bit tougher. Philadelphia. Ireland. Oh no, it's not because we plugged it out. This is a bit of a heavy duty whisk. Work better for this guy. Now, as I said, any sane human would have just used an electric whisk, but I wanted to be a Billy Big Bollocks, which I've been called out with twice this week. and seem like a big hard man whisking everything manually, which is backfiring massively. Benny, that's exactly what I was going for. Thank you. I can't say that, but you can say it. Really big bollocks, yeah. First one was saying to Lucy that I'd carry her fucking suitcase through Rotterdam, which I was in enormous amounts of pain and sweat about halfway through it. But I was like, no, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Go. So, whisks away. Now we're going to take our good puke bowl back in, and this is where we're going to combine everything. Now, I think pretty sure it's just fold everything in, isn't it? Separate bowl, whisk your eggs together. By the way, I'm reading my own recipe here, so nobody call me out on that. What green pepper? That deal was class. Yeah, you agreed to take Laurie's bag, and Laurie was like, no, go fuck yourself, I'll take my own bag. Okay. Alright, and your double cream. So, when you're folding stuff, so you always hear people say, fold the mix in. Show you what I mean. What you're trying to do is, like, I've just spent the last probably 10 minutes whisking on camera for your pleasure and putting a load of air into this mixture. The last thing you want to do is take all the air I've just fucking put into this and beat it all out. So I'm going to slowly, I'll start with the cream, isn't it? Yeah, cream first. So I'm going to fold in the cream into my egg and sugar mixture. Once again, by the way, for anyone in chat, this dish is probably not safe to serve to someone who's pregnant. Just to cover my own ass, because there's raw eggs in this that you don't cook. So, if you're folding something in, you move in a figure of 8. You're folding, so you're just folding the mix in. You're moving in a figure of 8 all the time around the bowl. You're just scraping the side and mixing it through the middle. Because what I'm trying to do here is not lose all that air in the cream. And I'm doing it nice and gentle, nice and slow, nice and gentle. We're just trying to incorporate everything in together until you see the two things mixing together. And I'll be even more careful when it comes to the eggs, because the eggs have spent... Shut up. The eggs have spent a bit of time, a bit of love and effort really be beaten and made into kind of light white meringues. I don't know, can you guys hear him? He's just crying at me down here because he wants to eat this. I hope you can't hear him, but listen, if you can, he's cute, it's fine. Right, so I've mixed that in. Not really, okay, that's fine. Okay, I don't think I need to look at the rest of this recipe. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay, Grant. I don't need to read the rest of this because... Oh, hydrate. Thank you, bro. I forgot I have fucking sound alerts, you know? Cool. So, next step. Our lovely egg whites that we just spent time... Oh, you bastards. Alright, well, you're going in now. Bloody egg whites. So we just spent time putting a lot of air into. What I'm going to do is slowly and carefully mix this through and fold it through the mixture, because I want to keep much aeration as I've gotten out of these eggs through the mix. Now you're going to lose a bit of it, of course you are, but trying not to lose as much of it as I can. If I was to just pound away at this, for fuck's sake, if I was to just mix this aggressively, then I would just oh yeah, this is how bloop, This is how we parry in Claire Obscura, apparently. If I was to just batter away at this now, I'd lose all the air. I spent all that time. I may as well just put all the mixture in together to start and whisk it like a madman. And it's everything about, as I was taught, everything about food is about care and time. You put care and time into your food and a bit of mothering, it'll always turn out nice. So this is it. This is our tiramisu. Made the mix. Everything's mixed together. That's our crema. I can go and sit there. Oh no, actually it won't. We'll go sit over here. Who subbed? Oh, Lucy. Look at bad streamer. Thank you very much, Lucy J. Robin, for your sub. And for that, I'll put this over here for now. Just to keep it off screen for a minute, just to keep her happy. Thank you, Spenny, for notifying me of that. Posture check. I don't have my... Oh yeah, because I was like that. Okay. Right, next thing. Alright, clean down. Get rid of the tomato. We now have a 3-minute timeout on the green pepper. We're going to get our coffee back out. Hopefully it's cold. And we're going to build this fucking thing. Are we Jewish, sir? Good woman, actually. Yes, we are. Okay. Cool, thank you. Reminded. Cool. Right, next thing's up. Double there. So I'm gonna just, now, I could have made these myself. Never have, and I probably never will. These are called, in Ireland, they're colloquially called ladyfingers or sponge fingers. They're just little, I don't know, is it biscotti? I think it, I don't remember. I think my recipe actually has what they're actually called. Savio, Jesus, never mind, forget it. Axe, put in what they're please called, if you wouldn't mind. There you, thank you, go. Axe did it. So I will take these and I'm going to line them up on this to see how many of them I will need to get this working. And if I'm being really pedantic, which I very much like to be when I'm cooking, I will cut these to size. So at the moment, I do have enough to line this, do I? Yeah, I do. I've more than enough to line this, but they're just a touch too long. So I'm going to take one, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to eat the fucking rest of it. I'll line the bottom here just so I know how many I need exactly. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I have 10 across. So I need 10 more. Cut to smaller size. Yeah, preparation puzzle. So I'm gonna go, I need to cut. Chopping board is back in play, ladies and gentlemen. So, happy days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 more, and then I can do the first layer. See that, you prick. Oh my god. Who knew? They're all different sizes, eh? Right, grand job. Go in here. And take our coffee back out. Hopefully it's reasonably cold. It's not, but we're gonna go we're gonna go with it anyway. So what you're gonna do here, I'm gonna get a bowl. Any more bowls? Probably do. As you can see, I'm very prepared for this. Alright, so these are our smaller ones, so they'll go second. When you're doing a tiramisu, it's about speed and that's it. So if I have my coffee here, I have my dish here. This is literally a case of, I have my biscuits here. This is it. It's in, twist, out. 1. In, twist, out. 2. That's the amount of time it needs to spend in the coffee. That's it. Because these biscuits are generally like sponges, and they are quite hard when you buy them. But like over the next hour when this sits in the fridge, it absorbs everything. And that kind of coffee taste that's a part of it will basically eat into it. Will eat into these very, very, very quickly. And they'll absorb them. Even in my hand now, as I'm doing this, they are just soaking that up. Oh, sorry. Bruce tagged me in something. What am I doing? Oh shit. Why did that happen? Ah, we'll come back to it. Oh no, it's back. I don't know. Right, we got our second layer. so I now have one layer of these done. You know what? Will I do it like this? Is that weird? So in, dip. In, dip. In, dip. Oh, that's much smarter. What? I didn't. Oh, look at that. This is why you people are smarter than me. You know what? Let's go this side. So you can see everything. Ah! Genius! And now you can see this fucking Egypt. Who's been following me around? They're looking at you. Anyway, not to worry. He's there. So, dip in. Bang. Dip, twist. In. 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 Now, that's your layer 1 done. You're done. You're done. Right? Oh, that was bad. Why did I do that? Another thing I'm actually going to do, ordinarily you would put your booze into this mix here, a bit of sherry. I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of coffee into it. So maybe just a couple of spoons. Not enough that it makes it runny, but enough that it gives it a bit of a coffee kick. Hey, cool. So we're trying to get 2 layers out of this. Go. Job done. Coffee can go away for a minute. Our dish can come back. I'm going to put a thin layer, about cut it in half. You know, every time I make one of these, I'm like, oh, I don't think I did enough of the cream stuff. And then you put it in the dish and it spreads out really well, and you're like, oh yeah, I did actually make enough. So, we're going to spread that out across try and level it out as best you can. And that's it. You've done your mix now. That can go away. You can go away for now because I need to. Oh no, actually, you can stay here. Oh, I have a second packet of these guys. We're going to judge. You know, the dish goes wider the more you go up. So maybe now we might be able to. It's probably better. So let's see, we needed 10 the first time. So, thank you, Fru. I will stir that now. This actually is not that far off. Might top it up. I have another hour on this. It's quite low. I am going to finish this with a bit of passata because I don't like, without the wine, it's definitely, the color definitely fades a little bit. So I'm just going to check this first. So, do I need to top and tail these again? Yes, I do. Okay, cool. There you go. And for me, oh, I need 10 of these, topped again. Or 10 here. And just take a little bit off the top, because the dish is slightly wider. We go again. So I'll be a little bit more less heavy-handed with this one. So, oh, thank you. And you two. Oh, perfect. Oh, let's vote these guys first. Roll dip in. Roll dip in. Roll dip in. Stop panic rolling, John. Roll dip in. Roll dip in. See, Axe, that's a callback to our good friend Live Laugh Lufa stream. Oh, we actually are going to need an extra one, I think. We definitely will need an extra one. Yeah, absolutely. Live Laugh Panic Roll, which is a callback to Lucy J, yeah. See, Fru, comedy is about layers, about timing. Neither of which I have. But, oh, one thing I do have is the ability to put a perfect line of fucking lady fingers. Ooh, that's an ad quote. I'm almost out of coffee, actually. And see, actually, because that was, what, 4 or 5 shots of espresso there, and that, like, this is almost gone. So these biscuits do eat it up. Now, I'll tell you about something in a minute, but I may as well do it now while we're dipping and bipping. One thing you should never do with your tiramisu, and you'll see it when you get served it, is to put cocoa powder anywhere near it now. So cocoa powder will get bitter over time while it's on it. And if you do it now, it'll get bitter, it'll get moist, it'll wreck your tiramisu. That's our second layer of biscuits done. Thank you, Lucy. I picked it up. Hello, Arthur, by the way, if I didn't say hi to you already. So, we have our second layer done. By the way, thank you to Axe and Brew for suggesting the droid cam switch, because this has worked an absolute fucking treat. Will you get out of the way? Scooch, scooch, scooch. Scooch, 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 you're deaf, but use my foot. Thank you. Alright, so, second layer mix on. Great thing when you buy one of these spatulas, which is a crappy chefy French name for them, I can't remember what it is. It's actually someone's name, it's like a Marcel or a Marceau or something. They really do just take everything out of the bowl, and they're heat resistant, and they're really, really good. Would suggest getting one. If I remember the bloody French stupid chefy name for it, I'll tell you. So we're going to spread this lad out, all 4 corners here. All 4 corners are getting our tiramisu mix. I'm going to do my best to make it as even as possible. And I'm going to get out my palette knife now. Here somewhere. So when you're working as a chef in the kitchen, you have to have one of these in your pocket at all times. It's like a flat palette knife spatula. And you use it for everything. You use it for tasting, you use it for checking stuff, you use it for lifting food. You obviously wash it all the time. But I'm going to use it here to just make sure everything is as even as possible. Once again, this is rustic Italian food. Doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to taste good. And if you're ever trying to, here's it, like genuine thing. If you're ever trying to impress someone with a dinner party, just go Italian. The Italian food is meant to be done with minimum fuss, but really maximize taste, and they focus solely on really good ingredients rather than going bananas with techniques and stuff. So that tiramisu, explaining this to you guys, start to finish, I think took an hour, maybe just under. While all the time behind my bolognese is cooking away. So this now, do a little swap back. This now will go into the fridge for an hour, which coincides to when exactly our bolognese is going to come in. So then, just before I serve it, I'll top with a little bit of cocoa powder. This needs about an hour to set, and that's it. Job done. Yes, Spenny. What bit in the left? Oh, you want me to? Oh, where's my palette knife? What do you want me to do, Spenny? Right, this is rustic Italian food. Right, we'll go back. Well, let's just. What did I miss? Where? Benny. Send me a picture on what I can't. My phone. My phone's up here. It's recording the thing. Where? Right, I'll try and. I'm locked in now. Okay. Keep Spenny happy. Eating half of this now. There we go. Right, she's done. Let's go back to you. Oh, this streaming stuff is dead handy. Dude, solid man. Right, in you go. That's in there for an hour. Oh, you can go back over here now. Dog. Oh, God. All right. And stir. And see, that is quite dry now. I'm not happy about it. So I'm gonna do what the Italian said you're allowed to do, just so everyone knows. I'm gonna throw a little bit of passata in here. Passata is sieved tomatoes, not cooked, just sieved. And you go for a bit of color as well. So if you ever get tinned tomatoes, so if you cook fresh tomatoes, right, they will actually go a pumpkin shade of orange after they're cooked. So when you get a tin of tomatoes and it's red, that's actually a dye that they put into it. That's why if you ever get like store-bought pasta sauce on your jeans, it's red forever, or anything, or you're cooking clothes. it's red forever because they put a dye in to make it more red. You can even see it here, like how much the red is popping out on that, because they put a dye into it to make it red. That's John's fact of the day. And on the bolognese, obviously. So, I realized I should have been taking photos of this the whole time, by the way. Oopsie daisies. So, I'm going to do something now. Right, how many of you here? 17. I'm going to take a 5-minute break and clean this shit up and get it out of the way. And then I'm going to have to talk to you guys for about 45 minutes. For about half an hour, and then I'll start sticking the pasta on. I'll start sticking the everything else on. Is that okay with you guys if I take a 5-minute break just to clean up? Because I don't want you standing here while I'm throwing dishes around the place. Is that okay with everyone? 5 minutes. So 5 minutes. I will be right back.
computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Hello. Is everybody still here? We still have viewers. I still see 13 people. Has everyone given up and gone home? Or are we still here? Everyone fainted. Right, well, let's come back. Come back to cooking, shall we? That's the scene name. As original as it is. Hello, everybody. I'm back. How is everybody doing? How was your break? Your 5-minute break? You can't see the absolute shit show that's behind me of drying plates and stuff. The dry cam still going. Now a little bit more saucy, which is good. There's the guts of 25 minutes left on that. Soon we are going to stop beeping, you bastard. We are going to whoa Mel, I give these, what the fuck, I see that. Ah, Mel, that's so nice. Jesus, thank you, Mel. Oh, look at that list of people you've sniped. You sniped Spenny, you sniped Sandy, you sniped Nina, you sniped Axe, you sniped Riverwood. Fucking yes. Love that. Look at me with my very bog standard Twitch badges. What are you doing? Get out of here, you. The dog's in between my legs at the moment, sorry. Mel, that's so nice. Thank you very much. Holy shit. You didn't have to do that. That's so nice. And the fucking hype train. Thank you very much, Mel. I really, really appreciate it. That's so nice. You didn't need to do it. We're actually at the waiting portion of the stream because I've got nothing else really to do. The tiramisu is in the fridge, setting. The dishes are cleaned apart from this one. The sauce tomate is bubbling away. Thank you very much. So I have, before I start to put on the pot of water, the bottle of water, I have a minute to chat if you want to talk. If there's anything you want to ask me, is there anything you want to talk about? We can talk about TwitchCon. I don't actually, guys. This is my first stream since TwitchCon. I had a wonderful time that weekend. I love bombing the absolute shit out of Lucy J, telling her it's all because of you. On more than one occasion. I kept stayed with 4 wonderful people in Spenny, Lucy, Laurie, and Sana. We met Mel and Milky for the first time. It was amazing. We met a load of new friends. Met Tam for the first time, and Rob and their whole group. I got introduced to loads of new people whose streams I've been thrown into. I love you too, Lucy. Oh no, that wasn't for me, that was for Axe. Never mind. Take it all back. We met loads of lovely, lovely new people. I had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. Honestly, I did. And it was funny because coming home, oh, Sana. Hello, Sana. Did you sleep through the stream again? I was just talking about you. I have to stop streaming during Sana's nap time. Well, Sana, just to TLDR, behind you on my second camera, because I'm a professional streamer now, is my... Oh, it is Sweden Day. Ah, I should have done the meatball thing I can't pronounce. If you could write Ash, could you Ash? Axe, could you write down Chutballer? Is that how you say it? I'm not fucking. Don't write it down real. Write it down phonetically, please. Happy Sweden Day to can't pronounce shit. Happy Sweden Day to... What the fuck are you eating? To Sana and to any of my other Sweden fans. Any other Swedish people in the chat, if there is any. Shout out to all my Swedish fans today. Yeah, Axe, like, I remember, because I thought I had it right, and I said it in front of you and Sana, and we're on a call, and it was like a bit of silence after it, and you were like, no, that's not right, John. I was so far off it. So, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it again. So, Yes, for It's Me SMG, the TLDR is, how long have I been live for now? 2.5 hours. We have our Bolognese back there that's been on the stove now for about 1.5 hours. While that's been simmering, we have made a tiramisu, which is now in the fridge. So that's should be ready in about 30 minutes. This should also be ready in about 30 minutes. And shout out to Sana, love that. So that's what's ready. We're doing an Italian day, Italian stream. Who fucking knew, eh? And I somehow realized that I can do this fucking thing with my phone and it hasn't caught fire yet. So, oh, we're doing like a Scandinavian battle in chat. I love that. It is nearly wine time. You know what? I should go for a pint tonight. Should. No, I shouldn't. Oh, what have I done? While we're chatting, this comes back on screen. But yeah, I've cleaned up now. That's all back there. So it's basically just playing a waiting game. I'll put on the pasta in about 10 minutes. And yeah, so that's been the TLDR. We've sauce Bolognese back there. Half pork, half mint, half beef, tomato, puree, some passata, some carrot, onion, celery, a little bit of milk, some chicken stock and a little bit of rich beef stock instead of red wine. Tiramisu has eggs, sugar, mascarpone, coffee, and some tagliatelle biscuits, I want to say. I don't know. Max, the person who likes to go to Italy a lot, might absolutely, I probably butchered that, but we move on. Oh, TLDR, yeah, too long, didn't read. It's basically a summary of what's happened. Oh my god, do I not have an AI summary? Is that not a thing now? Do I not have like AI being like, John just said this? I'd love to know what my AI summary says about this thing today. Just fucking nonsense, that's what. But yeah, do you know what? Where's my... I'm gonna use these copper pots. I know that Axe has commented on these before. They're very, 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 very good. They're absolute pieces of monster bit of cookware. And I'm gonna move you over here. Can you still see that? Okay, yeah, that's fine. And we're gonna start heating the water. Camera will pick up that heat ring. Oh, yeah, it's getting hot. I can see it. I can see it on the camera. Oh, well. I'm gonna put you over here. We're gonna go fire. There we go. Now you can see everything. Oh shit, what happened? Whoa! Pancetta cheer. There is pancetta in here. You're right. Woo! Let's go. Oh shit. Was there a highlight? Did I miss something? Highlight my message. Email alerts. Even bits are Arsenal. Fucking hell. Anyway, you want to come up and say hello again? Because I have nothing else to do. Since you're messing around down there trying to eat stuff. Monaco, they're all looking at you. There's 13 people looking at you right now. I don't think you've ever seen 13 people. Huh? Oh! No! Monaco! No! He wants to eat stuff on the ground. He is sniffing. Whoa. He's sniffing all the shit I've dropped on the floor. No, no. Doesn't care. Doesn't give a fuck. What? Fucking droid cam, eh? Who fucking knew? Yes, I'm wearing shoes. Of course I'm wearing shoes, you fucking lunatics. Your bloody European nonsense. Because I wear shoes in my house. And because this, unfortunately, oh yeah, I'm gonna make you feel bad now for this, but he's not house trained because he was raised on a puppy farm, so he shits and pisses all over the floor all the time. Good old mono sob story. Shoes stay during cooking. Yes, Axe. Thank you very much. Having horrifically burnt and cut myself so many times. Good. I wear steel toe shoes when I work in kitchens. I wear shoes all the time. All the time. Santa, this is why you can't do a cooking stream. You'll make too much money. I got some pecorino to put on top of it because, and not because I like pecorino, but I to be honest, between Grana Padano, pecorino, and Parmesan, I don't think there's much in it. This is a little bit softer in taste, in my opinion. I think Parmesan's the strongest, but I think I'm wrong. I think this is supposed to be the strongest. And because I have some pancetta now, so I'm going to make a carbonara maybe some other day. Carbonara would be the shortest. Yes, it definitely is saltier, yeah. But I don't know why. I don't know why. I prefer it. Oh, what on earth are you doing? But but yeah, sorry. I would love to do a carbonara on stream, but it would be a 15-minute stream, and then we'd all have to go home. Well, listen, if any of you want to pop over and eat some of this, I'm more than willing to supply it. This now, this is very, very not far away to where I'd like it to be. Now, if you're cooking, chili's a good one. Yeah. Always, oh lordy, always taste what you're doing. That to me, that's salty enough. Definitely salty enough, but it's missing a bit of depth, missing a bit of richness, in my opinion. So I'm gonna put a little more tomato paste into it. And no, I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna put a little bit of butter into it, but no. A little bit tomato paste. Just to add a little bit more tomatoey depth to it. And this is why, see, this is the thing, right? So my favorite cocktail to make is, I can't remember who I discussed this with recently. I think it might have been in Rotterdam. Or was it? I can't remember. My favorite cocktail to make is a old fashioned. Good, I'm doing well. And I like them sweet. So an old fashioned, I think, usually is 1 part sugar syrup, 1 part bourbon, two bitters, two dashes of bitters, an orange twist. I prefer just a little bit more sugar syrup. Same with whiskey sour. So yes, you are, Arthur. We're agreed on that. The two of us are old-fashioned people here. Whiskey sour is also brilliant, but I prefer them a bit sweeter. So for me, I would always put a little bit more sugar syrup into it, or simple syrup as it's called, and it would be a touch sweeter for me. But the actual original recipe for it is quite, not tart, but it's quite strong. Right. How long does the tagliatelle take? Should be about 8 minutes. Don't know what size these are. You know what I genuinely thought about doing for this was 7 minutes. Okay. I thought about making pasta, believe it or not. But I don't have a pasta roller, and making it manually is a pain in the arse. So without the machine to go, I was thinking about making pasta, but then we wouldn't have made the tiramisu. Oh, pick your poison, you know what I mean? I need to put this green pepper somewhere more prominent. It's out there. No! Stay up there, you. Stay up there. You're the mascot. Right, green pepper's there now. Eat the green pepper. Yeah, just power play through. Absolute power play that would be. Let me just get a couple of bowls out here. Now, any human knows, any person who's living knows that food automatically tastes better in one of these. These are plate bowls. Everything tastes better in plate bowls. You must know this. So actually, one thing I like to do, so if I'm cooking, pasta will generally double in size when you cook it, right? So people are always on, now this won't work for spaghetti and it mightn't work for this, but if you were making penne or something, what I tend to do is to dump, if I'm serving 2 people, which I am here now, I'll go, right, how much tagliatelle do I want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 5 nests look like a lot for that person, so I'm going, right, that's going to double, which means if I cook that, that's going to be the same on this plate again. So I think 4 nests is probably enough for this person along with the meat sauce. And if it's not enough, then maybe I'll do 5, or yeah, 4 is probably enough. So 5 split between 2, so 4.5 would probably be enough. So, oh, how many grams? Let's find out, Arthur. Good fucking guess. And I'm going to assume both these plates weigh the same because they're the same plate. So let's go 0. Actually, no, I can just set to 0. That is 166 grams. I don't know how many. Okay. Enjoy your lurk, Lucy. See you in a little bit. Is that a lot? How much are you supposed to do per person? You know what? I'm like everyone else. I cannot. Oh, it says 75 grams per person. Okay, that is a lot. You're right. Anyway. No, so that's 160 for 2. So yeah, so it's about 80 odd. Yeah, I'd eat that. Absolutely. So no, that's split in 2. 80, 83 or whatever it is per person. So, but there's nobody on this planet that's able to judge how much pasta you need. So this is going in now. It said 7 to 9 minutes, so I'm going to do it for 8 probably. Once again, depends what you like. I like it al dente, so that's what I'm going to do. This is now simmering away. Now, in theory, if I was doing this at home and I wasn't recording for you guys and we weren't on a time stretch, I would take that tomato sauce off and let it cool down to room temperature. Bolognese is not really supposed to be eaten roasted hot. It's supposed to be served at room temperature. Yeah. shit balls. You give me, will you? Bear with me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I couldn't find the cocoa powder. I asked my dad there, like, where the fuck is it? Alright, you don't need it for another 25 minutes. But that's gone in now. Pasta's gone in. As I said, ordinarily I would let this come down to room temperature. In fact, it's probably there. You know what? I'm gonna turn it off. This will take roughly 7-8 minutes. Now, I don't time pasta. I taste pasta. So that's what I'll do in general. Bye Lexi. See ya. Thanks for dropping by, to be honest. It was really nice. You're interacting. I love that. Oh yeah, I'm your boss. I forgot I'm the boss in here. This is my stream. But yeah, so I've turned off the bolognese now, because as you can see, it's dry in sections, but when you do one stir, it all incorporates together really quickly. So a bit of the starch in the pasta water mixed with that, it will calm down. Like, put it in these two bowls. I'm gonna top it with a little bit of pecorino. You know what? I might shave it because I want it to look good. I want it to look posh. Thank you, thank you, Sam. Why I say things like cheese sound like where is my peeler? So what I'm gonna do, so actually just now that you've said that, as stereotypical as this is, one of my first jobs in the kitchen was to shave Parmesan, because they used to top the risottos with it. So you just get a big fucking thing like this and just run your potato peeler over it lightly. You have to be careful, because this is actually, like, this is a brand new, what's that? This is quite brittle. So, and I would shave, oh Jesus, a block 3 times the size of this. 3. I did the Irish thing. 3. And then this would just go into a bowl, and then it would be used for service. So like my first few jobs in the kitchen were grating Parmesan, shaving Parmesan, and peeling potatoes. Not to be an absolute unbelievable stereotype, but that was generally my first job in the kitchen, which is so grim. But listen, you have to do it. You have to pay your dues, they say. That's it. We have a bit of shaved Parmesan there, or shaved pecorino. The nipple trick, yeah. I would have just like had cheese just everywhere all over me, like. But yeah, that was my cheddar. I think the more mature it is the more brittle it gets, to be honest. Just never, Arthur, just never buy pre-grated cheese. Yes, pre-grated. Never buy pre-grated cheese because they cover it in this kind of called gummy stuff that stops sticking together. Because if you buy a block of cheese and grate it first off, it'll stick together like glue. And then you buy it at the shop and somehow it's real. Like, yeah, that's exactly why all that there's like a little white residue. It kind of looks quite chalky, and when you buy cheese pre-grated, that's how it just doesn't stick together. Yes, definitely acts. Yeah, so the more mature a cheddar is, the more likely it is to break up. Like, I think anyway. That's just going off my experience. I'm not a cheesemonger. It sounds like an insult, but it's not. But yeah, the So as I said before, which I wasn't paying attention to, I don't time pasta, I taste pasta. So I will take a little strand out, burn my hands in the process. So I'm actually quite happy with that. Getting great. Yeah. Probably gone a little bit too far, to be honest. Out you go, mate. Well, here we are now. We're actually at the building phase of this. So I'm gonna do a little mixy mix. Mix. Yeah, alright, we'll just make it work. I don't think that's enough for two people, but this is just a show. So we can add more when you guys aren't looking. Just for presentation. So I'm gonna take a big spoon of this. You go. Another big spoon, and you go. And can you guys see that? Oh, I'm gonna switch cameras. Switch scenes, I say. So I've added the sauce into here. I'm gonna mix it as best I can. Mix. Mixing it, you're trying to incorporate all that sauce. As you can see, it's gone quite red now. I'm gonna take my droid cam. I'm gonna bring her down a little bit. I'm gonna come over here. Let's cover. If you ever put in a hot pot on something, always put cloth underneath it. I'm gonna plate up over here. A little bit more of beef. I'm gonna just take a little bit, spread around for my own sake. Top it with a little bit of shaved arm. And there we have it. That is a traditional ragu a bolognese. Do I now have to serve to somebody? Some family member is getting this. I don't know which one yet. Let's just serve up the other one, which I think is going to be a little less pasta to eat, which is fine for somebody who doesn't eat that much. Might be a little bit more beef in this one than there is in the other one. What can you do? Fine. And a little bit more pasta. I'm not eating my one yet, so I'm going to serve this to the family. The reason why I'm showing you this is so I can, in a minute, I need to go check up here. I can show you the... I can't take a photo of this now because I'm using my phone as the bloody droid cam. All right. I'll make one for myself after and take a photo of it. But yeah, so this is your... How long have we been here now? 2 hours and 50 minutes. This is your ragu a bolognese. I do have a stream VOD, you're right, but I don't trust the quality of this. Yeah, so let's just move you away because you're a bit ugly. This is what it should look like. I need to check. I need to bring this into someone actually. So first things last. You're gonna get spoon, soup spoon, and fork. That's how you serve it. A little glass of red wine, if that's your inclination. I will be back in 2 seconds. I need to serve this to somebody because I have to feed someone. Okay, so let's just swap back here for a sec. Right, now this might be a little bit early because it's only been in for an hour, but we're going to test out the tiramisu. Monaco, over there, please. Thank you. So what I'm going to do now, which I wouldn't have done beforehand, is I'm going to do the cocoa powder on it. And we are going to... The green pepper is stressing you out. That's my mascot, Santa. It's sitting up there, loud and proud. So. Oh my God, Laurie here. Oh my God, Laurie! Welcome in! I didn't know you were here. Something's gone back there. Okay, right. We're gonna go... what do we need here? Hi, Laurie. You know what? I'm going to put this out there now because you're all here. Lucy, Spenny, Laurie, Sana. I miss all 4 of you very much. So, we're going to suspend disbelief here for a second because what I'm about to put on this isn't actually cocoa powder, it's drinking chocolate powder. So everyone just play along, please. It's for the video. So what I'm going to do here, it does the same thing in there. This is where I'm now going to put my powder on. I'm going to fill my little sieve without pressing anything out. Okay, and then I'm going to give it a bash until everything is covered. This is me being a slight bit anal, getting every corner. Keep Spenny happy as well. Right. So, let's find out. Let's find out how the tiramisu fared, shall we? Now, this is where we're nervous, because we know that our good friend Axe there is actually quite a tiramisu connoisseur. So, I have a lot to live up to here. Let's pick a good one. I'd be astonished if this is set, to be brutally honest, but we're running out of time here. So let's do something really arsey as well while we're at it. If you ever want to be a big dickhead to your oh no, what have I done? If you ever want to be a really big dick to your mates, oh, that didn't really work. All right, it used to work. Anyway, not to worry. That kind of worked. So I'm gonna come down beside this. And there you have it. There is a tiramisu done and dusted. Let's do a little. It's not set properly, but fuck it. We move on. There you go. Tiramisu done. Not set properly, but fuck it. We're going in. Have to do it for the show. And so. Let's just do Droid Cam off, since he's done his job for the day. Everyone say thank you to Droid Cam for not setting my phone on fire. And that, my friends, is that. That is a Italian feast from start to finish. Tiramisu, ragu a bolognese, start to finish, from raw ingredients, 2 meals for 3 people in exactly 3 hours. This. Should I do the thing? You should just be like, this is the greatest thing I have ever seen in my life. This is amazing. I love this. I want more of this. This, my friends, is perfection. I'm still over here. Sam is like, my stream is on. So that's it, friends. Oh, yeah. get that away from me or I'll eat the fucking lot of it. Are you alright down there? What are you eating? Right. That's us done. We've done our... Oh, yeah, sure thing. Well, we've done our thing. We've we've done our thing. Sorry, Santa asked me. Oh, that is bitter. You're right. But yeah, so we've done our ragu. We've done our tiramisu. Everything's there. I've had my aperitif now, so there's not really else to do. I'm gonna go eat my dinner. Thank you everyone for showing up again. We've gone exactly over. Can you take a bite out of the shell? Just go fucking nah. Everybody who I was going to raid is here, so need to find someone to raid. Send all you lovely people over to. I'm gonna do it on my phone because everything else is all over the place. It's online. Oh my god, I have nobody. So if anyone has any suggestions where to go, I would appreciate it because I don't have anybody. I'll take any and all open suggestions. I thought somebody would be online by now. Yeah, come on. What's the username, Sana? I don't think I have Ezzy. Oh, Nix is actually. Well, I met Ezzy, I think. Okay. Thank you, Axe. Bonk. So before we go, is there any questions, any thoughts, any comments, anything you want to ask me about what we've cooked today? I will post the recipe for both on my Discord. Plug. Nope, nobody's gonna do it. I'll do it then. Because you do the Discord command, please. Yeah, I'll post the recipe for both up. Oh, thank you, Sana. Yeah, I'll post the recipe for both up there or anywhere else, or literally just message me if you want. Doesn't fucking matter. I'm an open book. You can just come talk to me. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go eat these, and I've cleaned up everything anyway, so I'm gonna go enjoy my dinner this evening. We're gonna go. Actually, let's just cut off. Invalid username. Oh, don't put the ad in. Sorry. There we go. Raid started. I really appreciate you all turning up again. It's wonderful. I'm gonna try and do this if I can once a week. If not, be once every couple of weeks. I'll be doing a cooking stream. I am gonna try and start gaming as well if I can. But really enjoyed today. It was actually a lot of fun, and exactly 3 hours is spot on. And thank you everybody for showing up. I don't know when this raid starts. I don't do this Twitch thing very often. So I'm gonna go to the end screen because I think I have one. And you guys, I'll see you over at the raid. So pleasure to you all once again. Thanks for showing up.